I love this song. Kane Lane, I think they were called, or something like that. So, but anyway, NXT Takeover New Orleans. Mother of God.
Yeah.
There's good luck finding a better wrestling show this year, anywhere in the world, including Japan.
We have a tendency to say this after every NXT Takeover,
but especially before WrestleMania.
You know?
Yeah, but especially after before each big show, it always delivers. But this one, I'm going to go ahead and say this is the best takeover they've ever done. All things considered, there was not a bad match. Every match delivered.
I'd agree with that. Yeah,
it's definitely top 3.
I'd agree with that. No, I'd say it's the best. Yeah.
We'll get straight to it anyway. First of all, the NXT North American title was decided for their first champion ever in a ladder match between Adam Cole, Lars Sullivan, Killian Dane, EC3, Velveteen Dream, and Ricochet. Like, this is one of these matches where there's no, like, even though Adam Cole is the guy who won in the end, there's no loser in this match. Everyone takes away from above everything else. Like, you know, we're obviously like Adam Cole is great and he won it and it feels elevated, but
yeah,
it's when you look at how the match was booked, it made everybody look good.
Yeah,
here's Killian Dane and and Lars Sullivan who are throwing Ricochet from one end of the ring to the other. Here's Ricochet being Ricochet. I mean, by God, did he deliver in this first match? Some of those spots.
Yeah. That first spot where I think he ran and did a
shooting star press,
where he nearly killed himself, by the way.
If you looked, yeah, and how he almost killed himself by then moonsaulting off a falling ladder.
That was just fantastic.
That was incredible.
That was fantastic. Yeah, he was definitely given the MVP award, I think, for that match, probably, or the Star Man.
He was certain. Well, as I said, I think everyone delivered in this match. Like his high flying spots are obviously the highlight of that as well. But everyone played their parts. Velveteen Dream.
Yeah.
Like some of the stuff he did.
The elbow drop, my God.
The elbow drop. The Death Valley driver on the flat table between the corner and
that was the flat ladder.
The flat ladder. That's what I meant. Yeah, flat ladder. I think he did it on. Don't know who he did it with. I think it was on Ricochet.
It was, yeah.
EC3, like, you know, it's like I wasn't sure at first when seeing EC3. Like, I thought some of his technique was a wee bit clumsy, but then I saw it again. I'm like, oh wait, no, he's alright.
Yeah. All these guys and Adam Cole as well. Like, we mentioned that we think we thought that he might have been protected because he has the tag team title match and everything, but he was just as in it as anyone else.
What I hope to see out of this now regarding Ricochet is that, like, WWE basically let him be himself. Yeah. Please keep doing that.
Yeah.
My God, I mean, that's why he's one of the best in the world at it. Like, the only person that could match him is Will Ospreay. Like, in terms of the stuff he can do. Please just keep him doing. Keep him at it, and it goes for when he eventually gets to the main roster, but that's a different matter, but we'll see that as it goes along. Well, I love him. One thing I have to mention about Adam Cole, he's been in quite a few gimmick matches now since he's been in NXT, and he thrives in every single one of them, from War Games to this.
Yeah, he is the MVP there of the Undisputed Era. He's the true leader of it.
Which makes sense why they're investing in him being North American champion. That's why it makes more sense, because he's the guy who is probably as good as everyone else is. He's the best all-rounder.
In hindsight, he was the clear choice, wasn't he?
Yeah, looking at it,
he was like, we've seen him. We know he can hold the title, like being Ring of Honor champion and everything, and probably he is the most experienced out of all of them that was in that match.
Could be.
I think so.
I reckon it's
between him and Ricochet.
I reckon so, yeah.
Yeah.
Sure. The Velveteen Dream is only 22nd too.
I know. It's unfair, isn't it?
Disgustingly young. I said it once, say it again.
Yeah.
But no, as this match goes, like, it's hard. Like, in terms of openers for pay-per-views, not just one of the best NXT's ever done, one of the best WWE's ever done.
Yeah.
Class show.
Unbelievable. Of course, getting the 5 stars from Big Dave.
Indeed.
Big Dave wasn't the only 5-star match.
It wasn't.
I've had to stop looking at those star reviews though.
Yeah, no,
because they go into depth, like 4 3/4 and stuff like that. It's just.
And to be fair, that's credit on him, because his opinion is very valued, which is all credit to him. He's done it so long now. He's been rating matches since the 80s, I think.
Yeah.
So he's earned that reputation for his opinion to be very valid, and rightly so. But at the end of the day, it's not just his opinion. We've seen the match to know how how awesome it was. And,
Yeah.
like, you know, not putting credit on us.
He puts an opinion out there, and it's up to the people to take that opinion in. And if they want to follow it and agree with it, that's fine.
Yeah.
It's the same as us. We offer our opinion out there, and if people want to agree with us or disagree
we
with
don't
us,
expect people to agree with us, that's for sure.
What are you talking about? Everyone has to agree with us.
No, they don't.
Everyone has to agree with us.
Every time we put up our predictions,
Dave, you have
challenge
to agree
them.
with me now. No, actually, I have to agree with you. You're the one who did well in the predictions, by the way.
You brought it up, I'm just saying.
Look at that. I know, you were waiting for it.
No, I wasn't.
Boy, congrats.
Appreciate it, thank
You
you.
are steaming ahead in both Air Prediction League and
It's
in the
early.
Loblos.
Yeah, I'm second apparently.
Yeah, second.
Can't believe that.
You had a good weekend. A very good weekend.
Don't know what to say. It is what it is. Like it's still early in the year. It's only April now, so long way to go till December.
Yeah.
We'll move on anyway. Ember Moon versus Shayna Baszler for the NXT Women's Title. So now the thing for me, I felt that a lot of people gone to this match were looking at Shayna Baszler, not giving her enough credit for her run so far. But I'm thinking to myself, why?
Yeah.
She plays her character so well. She actually is one of the few legitimate badasses, not just in NXT but in all WWE. And she has so much potential. It's like, you know, it's scary.
Oh, I mentioned it on Twitter there, that like she should be seen as an example of how an MMA fighter transitions into a wrestler.
And she's
just been so good in the ring. She's just taken to it like a moth to a flame. It's been absolutely fantastic. She's gotten her head down. She's learned what she needed to learn, and she's just used her natural charisma as well, and has just been absolutely fantastic.
I have to say, one thing I want to bring up regarding Ember Moon. How would you rate her run as NXT champion?
Similar to Dean Ambrose's run as WWE champion.
I think so.
Yeah, I think
It could be stronger.
She could be stronger. I think she rested on her laurels a little bit, and she didn't have a Stone Cold podcast to get the fire put under her arse.
Well, one thing is that bear in mind she had to take she was post Asuka.
Yeah,
which isn't not easy thing to follow, especially with her leaving NXT undefeated.
Yeah, it's similar to an Alex Ferguson. You don't want to be the man who follows the man. You want to be the man who follows the man who followed the man. That
said, she showed great fire in this match, like, you know, surviving the initial onslaught before taking control, and then attacking. I love the karma in this match where it told the story of the callbacks and previous encounters where she showed the vicious side, attacking Baszler's arm, and then I love what Baszler did, where she did like they call it American Riggs, where she popped her shoulder back in place by shoulder thrusting into the ring post. I never ever seen that before.
Did you watch the WWE video of Mauro Ranallo?
I did. How amazing! He's literally a fan.
The look that he gives the TV monitor while Shayna Baszler's putting her shoulder pops. What is she doing? What? She's popping her shoulder back into play. Like, I thought he was a little more animated than normal.
He is
on Saturday, and that was why, because he was being filmed.
Can you blame it? Oh, did he know he was being filmed?
Yeah, of course he would have known. He looked at the camera numerous times.
I noticed that, actually.
Yeah, you cannot know you're not. You can't not know you're being filmed. Like, especially in WWE, you're always
I suppose. Yeah, but yeah, you figured there'd be so many cameras to be used to it, I suppose. In the end, though, it was Baszler who counters the Eclipse.
No, I'm saying that he was a little more animated than usual because he knew that this video was going to be a special thing on WWE.
Yeah, well, it worked.
You know?
It did work for sure.
Yeah.
In the end, it was Baszler who countered the Eclipse, which has never happened before. That's a first. Like, and then locked in the chokehold with the one good arm, forcing the ref to eventually stop the match.
That was genius by her as well. Using her one good arm and holding onto her hair
with her hair
in place.
Yeah,
brilliant.
Nice way of doing it. And so it was a good match. Ended like settling the whole thing with Baszler, and now, like, you know, with her as champion, there's a good range of baby faces now in NXT who could easily be the next in line. Like, you have Kairi Sane, Candice LeRae, Dakota Kai, any of them could be next in line now.
Yeah.
Now, AOP versus Adam Cole and Kyle O'Reilly versus Pete Dunne and Roderick Strong for the NXT tag titles. Now, straight away, you think on paper, Authors of Pain would be favourites for this. So, but then again, we all speculated, and I'm virtually right later on because AOP will be eventually gone to the main roster. So you think, how would they book this match? But like, because it's like you can't have Dunne and Strong because they're not a regular tag team.
Yeah,
you think as well. But anyway, it was Dunne and Strong who started ran wild. So they worked to the bitter end, and then Strong broke up the pin, hit the heartache. But then, just out of the shock and awe of everyone, it was Strong who broke up the pin.
Yep.
But sorry, Dunn hit the bitter end, then Strong broke it up and hit the end of heartache, and then it allowed O'Reilly to pin Dunn.
Yeah.
I didn't see it coming, because I think we both speculated that if there's a heel turn, it was done.
You thought Donovan Gignac.
You did no, but this works.
Yeah. Oh no, this works. And once again, hindsight, so simple. He's had issues with them, and then he finally turns and joins them.
But it's a surprise considering their history as well, because they had a rivalry before. Like, so I'm thinking now. So all of a sudden, you've been all this time against them, and all of a sudden you decide, oh wait, no, I changed my mind.
Yeah.
I'm not complaining. Like, so, and it sets up things in the future. Like, so, and it works. Like, Roderick Strong being involved in that now as well. So. I'll be certainly very interested to see what happens going forward. Anyway, certainly with Pete Dunne, there's speculation of Mustache Mountain now reuniting with Pete Dunne. We know what actually is happening. We can't reveal on this show because we don't like spoilers. But
what do you mean? What's happening? It was announced on WWE.
Yeah, but that's UK tournaments.
Yeah,
I mean NXT.
Oh, and NXT. Sorry, yeah.
So it'll be certainly interesting to see what go forward. It'll be interesting to see how Strong will come off as a heel, because quite frankly I don't think he needed necessarily to turn a heel. But that's but then again we'll see how it pans out all the same. So it's certainly an awesome replacement for Bobby Fish anyway, that's for sure.
Exactly.
Now this match, although the main event is probably the best match of the year for me, as we'll talk about, like, you know, you're probably not in debate with that. I can tell by your face.
Still thinking about it.
Andrade Cien Almas versus Aleister Black for the NXT title was for me the most satisfying result, in considering that I'm the massive Aleister Black fan.
Yeah.
Like Almas, like I have to say, him and Vega is money. They really are, and I'm a tad bit surprised they haven't been called up. Like, at least not yet, anyway.
Not yet. I think he's going to. It's not happening now. I'm guessing after SummerSlam.
Think so?
Yeah.
But by God, it's like the two put on awesome performances. Whereas Black is a man on the rise, like he's delivered on all the takeover matches he's done in with Adam Cole, Velveteen Dream, and this was awesome. Like this type match.
Just so we're aware. Sorry. The Superstar Shake-Up next week.
Right.
It doesn't involve NXT stars, right?
It could.
Have WWE said that?
It has. Well, let's put it this way: when they interviewed different wrestlers for it, they interviewed TJP for it, who hinted that if he leaves 205 for Raw exclusively, he wants to go after the Intercontinental title.
Yeah.
So that leaves the open. It could be NXT, it could be UK, it could be 205 livers who get drafted elsewhere as well. So So on that belief, I will say yes, NXT could easily be involved. So therefore, yes, Almas could easily get drafted to whichever.
Okay. Then that's in. Then I'm okay with that. I thought it was his time to move up, but if you want to keep him there a little longer, I don't mind too. There's still other people who have really good programs with. And I think he'd do better. The
interference spots in this match, like. Although I thought there was maybe one or too many, it didn't take away from the match at all, and I almost felt, and I almost rewarded the fans.
I think it's just they did that just to build up how.
It's great psychology though from Vega.
I was gonna say how much Aleister Black has to go through to win this title.
Indeed. And
how hard he's going to have to fight, and how much he's going to have to dig to actually take this title off Almas and Vega. Because it's almost if he's not fighting one person, he's fighting two.
It paid off though, because like in all aspects, in all aspects, you could say Vega is the reason for Almas's recent success, and she's only right.
Yeah.
But what I love about this whole match is that it's only inevitable that she's the cause of the downfall as well.
Yeah.
As like, you know, what happened in the end is that, like, during one less interference, you try to get a crossbody but missed and hit Almas, and then Almas hit the Black Mass for the win. And I was so happy. I never was so happy for a result of a match ever. It's like Black is coming full circle, because like this time last year he debuted, didn't he, against Almas?
Yes.
Yeah, and now here he is now winning the NXT title, and he's been great all year. And although I've really enjoyed Almas as champion, I felt it was the right time for him to be champion. I have to say though, on a personal note, I don't know if you've seen this on online, but Aleister Black revealed during the week that he suffers from depression.
Okay.
Yeah, like he showed a picture of himself looking at the title, and he said he's overcome all these things and stuff like that. So, like for I myself, I don't deal with depression myself, but like I know a lot of people who do. So I think it's awesome for him to reveal that, and like it's awesome how someone as open as that, like kayfabe or not, is able to do that. So all credit to him. Yeah,
that's a big step forward for anyone that may be going through it.
Yeah,
and would look for someone for inspiration, especially if they are a wrestling fan. That's your inspiration right there.
One of my images of the year now is like how we see this, like how Aleister Black has an almost expressionless face, him smiling when he rises the title.
Right? It's not a smile that you normally associate with Aleister Black.
That'll stay with me, man. That's what's made them. But this next match will probably stay with everybody. Yeah. Johnny Gargano versus Tommaso Ciampa, uncensored. Unsanctioned, excuse me.
It was also uncensored.
Oh my! I don't know what this. Like the way I see this match, like here's how I think where the best matches separates from the good matches separate from the great matches, or sorry, how the great matches separate from the epic matches. That it's all well and good to have excellent matches based on skill and ring work.
Yeah.
And when the crowd are really into it, but to really achieve that proper epicness is when it has a great story.
Yeah.
Or an emotional hook. And this and think about all the best matches this year have had that. Gargano and Ciampa had that. Or Gargano and Almas had that, because it had the rise of Gargano post Ciampa going for the title. The Golden Lovers versus the Young Bucks, all the Civil War malarkey of the Bullet Club, that had that emotional aspect. That what made that amazing match as well.
Yeah.
And considering the backstory of Ciampa and Gargano, friends betraying a friend, ruining his life in every way, shape or form, trying to ruin his career, and being a right a-hole as a result, like it's too perfect. It's too awesome. And even the little things as well. Like think about it, Ciampa, for example, coming out with no music, just to a ring of booze. That was a great call. That was an awesome call. Both men look like they haven't like Ciampa in particular, look like they haven't ate carbs in a year.
Yeah, he's going for that Finn Balor look. You know, he's just missing the hair on his dome. That's all.
Yeah, and then Gargano,
he was looking like a beardy Stone Cold. You know, the knee brace and everything.
So yeah, very like that. Yeah, even the attire, if you look at it,
a leather jacket.
Leather jacket with extra sleeves, but that's a different story. But Gargano, like his psychology was perfect as well. He was a man possessed. Like he set the tone straight away. Like as a heated feud that it should be, where he plays the babyface so well. But then,
there's one touch that at the start of the match I want to acknowledge.
Okay.
And it's a small touch, but I think this is the stuff that Triple H does. He does these small touches that work really well.
Yeah.
It was the fact that the ref didn't have a referee's jersey on.
That's true.
He just had an NXT jersey. Or NXT Polo.
NXT Polo, yeah.
And it kind of drove home the point that yes, this is definitely unsanctioned. And it's fantastic. It was fantastic. And the referee played, I should say, point out for the referee, playing a blinder as well by saying look, listen, I know, because it was the Wrestle Kingdom match between Jericho and Omega for the no disqualification was given criticism for this.
Okay.
But the ref played it perfectly by saying, look, listen, you can grab the ropes as much as you like. There's no rope break. I can't do anything. I can't make him do anything. You know, you tap or you get out. You know, that's where, instead of unfortunately, when the Wrestle Kingdom match was on between Jericho and Omega, the ref broke it up and it was a rope break.
You talk about other good bits in this match, though, like how the look that Ciampa had when he stole the crutches from that fan. Again, it's calling back.
That poor fan got escorted out of the building for having his crutches stolen off.
He was carefully taken away from ringside from the scary Ciampa.
He was taken out of the arena.
Was he?
Well, obviously he wasn't, but obviously because it's.
But it
was a plant, but he looked like the security guy came straight away, and it looked like he was escorting him out of the building for having his crutches taken.
But again, the little touches, like, you know, like the callback of previous attacks when he was doing the wave, like when he had them first and he had the sick look in his face.
Yeah.
And then and then here's Gargano going after him, hitting him in the leg and stuff like that. And even going back to even Ciampa going back to the previous DIY finish, where he did the impersonation of Gargano, the way when he hit his super kick, just stuff like that. The spot when he had the wrist tape, where like it almost it's almost a visual of how they of their link together, stuff like that. I mean, it's just, and the home stretch though, so many near falls, so many drama.
Just a point as well where Ciampa was spent, sat down in the ring, and Gargano was going to sit beside him towards the end.
Yeah,
just mimicking what happened after their
Cruiserweight Classic
match. Just everything about this match was perfect,
and the way it finished, where Gargano used the knee brace and locked in STF. That's karma at its most beautiful right there.
Yeah.
Amazing match. Worth staying up that late for. And the moment and the end with Johnny and Candice LeRae in the end. It was just awesome match. Which leaves me to basically this. For me, that's my match of the year, by far and away. But here's the big question: Almas and Gargano, or Ciampa and Gargano? No, we talked about this off air, and I've let you a while to think about it now. So
it's hard to.
It is hard.
It's hard to actually say which is better, solely because of the emotional connection that Gargano and Ciampa had for their match.
Well, let's put it this way, right?
For a match that was just brought out, like, just organically between Almas and Gargano, for the match that they had,
right,
was unbelievable. The build up, we'd like to think that it's the end of this Ciampa Gargano thing, just to finish that way as well, was unbelievable. Like you said, the amount of times that they used previous experiences and adopted it into that match, fantastic. Unbelievable. The storytelling of this match, fantastic. I'm kind of convincing myself right now that Ciampa and Gargano was the better match, but I just can't agree with you straight off the bat.
That's fine.
Without having to point out how good Gargano and Almas was.
That's perfectly understandable. But we can both agree on this though, based on his performances. Like we talk about this with in the same breath as Okada last year, where he was having all these great matches with Okada, with Shibata, with Suzuki and stuff like that. He is but Gargano for me is in the same is in that same category now that Okada is in last year. So there's a strong argument for him being probably pound for pound the best wrestler in the world right now,
for sure.
In my view,
and obviously rightly so. A lot of people are saying that he should be promoted to the main roster.
Yeah,
I'd say no.
Does he need it? Like, he's run
think,
so far.
No. The only reason why I don't think he should go to the main roster is there is no way on the main roster he'll be given the time or be able to do the type of things that he does in NXT. No way would Vince McMahon allow a cruiserweight to have that much time.
No, how good he is.
No matter how good he is, or to do the stuff that he's done. No way. The best place for him is with Triple H in NXT. He can move up to WWE when Vince is gone.
Surely, though, he's so good that they have to do a groundbreaking exception for him. He's too good.
We talked about Rusev earlier on.
Yeah,
Vince does not like organically over people.
But
Vince likes people he puts over.
But surely,
no. Like, come on, you're not going to change. You're not going to change decades and decades of Vince's mindset.
It wasn't always his mindset.
This guy. But it is his now. Unless Johnny Gargano changes his name to Roman Reigns, gains a few inches in height, gets a few more tattoos, grows his hair out, and gets a bit more muscle, he's not getting anything near the type of time and the type of match quality he gets in NXT.
I can only speculate, I guess. We're going to see what happens.
Yeah.